Mopars R Us. At least it seems that way. What's up, guys? This is my fleet of rescued Mopars. You notice I changed my name of my channel recently. I just thought that it would better reflect what I'm into these days. So this is a 66 Chrysler I rescued a couple of years ago and got going again. That's the 69 Dart Custom that I rescued a little over a year ago, and it's next in line. And this is the latest. You saw a little teaser of this. I saw this car on Marketplace. This is my very first Facebook Marketplace purchase. I'm really excited about it too. So what is this? This is a 1971 Plymouth Scamp. This is a badge engineered version of a Dart Swinger. Essentially all it is a Dart Swinger with a Plymouth front end on it, a Plymouth Valiant front end. So I picked this car up recently. It was at a kind of, I guess you could say, a recycling yard where they get in junk. It's mostly junk that they have there. Cars, newer stuff is not worth anything, but they had a couple treasures there, and this was one that was for sale. So I swooped right in and picked this up. So we'll give it a quick walk around. This car is far from perfect, but you're going to see in a little bit why I bought it. This used to be a vinyl top car. This color is, I think it's been painted once. It's probably not the original color, but it was a blue car. It's a Glacier Blue, which is code B2. Had a black vinyl top. That isn't why I bought it. Sorry for the sun. It's been off the road at least 12 years, maybe 13. At the end of the video, I'll post a photograph that I found on Google Earth, Google Maps, where this car was parked. I found out who owned it. Look at that. That's not why I bought it, for sure. Kind of matches this, doesn't it? Anybody got any quarter panels? So anyway, that's a big old crunch there, and I knew that. That was there. They showed that. And then got another whack right here on the top of the fender. Should look sort of like that, but it's been beat down on the front of the door and the end of the front fender here. So that's not why I bought it. Another one here. That's not why I bought it. We open the engine compartment up. There's no engine. That's not why I bought it either. Actually, up until a few weeks ago, this car had an engine in it. It was running, but they, meaning the people I bought it from, decided that they could get more out of it by selling the engine separately. Somebody wanted it, and they hacked this thing out of here too. Let me tell you that. They cut one of the air conditioning lines. They cut a pivot down there for the gear shift, or the, yeah, that's for the gear shift. Battery tray's gone. Cut a line there. It says a slant 6. It's not a V8. But most of the stuff's here. But that's not why I bought this car. Why I bought this car was that, number one, I wanted to. Number two, it's a very solid car. It looks rough because it's been sitting so long, it's weathered. But I got a very good deal on it, like under 4 figures. So if I look close at it, you'll see what kind of shape it's in, and I thought it was a good deal. First off, this is a slant 6, but it's an air conditioning car. It's factory air conditioning, factory power steering, has a light package. They were painted in 71. They were probably before that for a year maybe. But these are the fender top turn signal indicators. Dual horns, which was standard on a Swinger. It's got 2-speed wipers. You can always tell a 2-speed wiper motor. It's the one that sticks out this way. It has manual drum brakes. Has a hood pad from the factory. It's all, like I said, it's all original. This car was, believe it or not, this car was a one-owner car, as I said. And you know, the thing is, the reason why I discount and don't pay attention to these stories from people that have the original car like this, but it's in this bad shape, is they say, oh, it's such a good car. We just love this car. Went everywhere. And I think, yeah, well, look how you've treated it. Look what kind of shape it's in now after you let it sit. But those people were old that had it, and I guess what happened is these people that I got it from, they run one of those operations where you call them to haul off junk cars, and so they probably gave them a couple $100 for it. So their beloved Scamp, which is a collectible car now, they just got their $200 for and let it go and just never looked back. But okay, back to anyway. It has the fender lip moldings, has the rocker moldings, has I think they all have the ones around the tops of the doors. But one thing is this car, except for surface rust, is very, very, very rust free. Normally the tops on these, this is a very, very bad spot for these, and normally they rot out really bad. This one's not. Yeah, well, I'm not going to say we won't find some down the road when we dig into it, but right now it's way better than most of them. So that's a plus. And look at the rocker down here, has no rust through. It's got a little spotting. This thing is sitting on these flats. I tried to get some air in the tires and it wouldn't take any. But I was under it a while ago, though. I had to pull the drive shaft out. Like I said, they just ripped that engine transmission out. They just pulled it out and left the drive shaft in it. Cut the exhaust off, but I had a chance to look under it, and the floor pans look excellent on it. But I can see they're all undercoated, and so it doesn't have the problems that the other ones had. The 69 over there, the floor pans are good on it too. I think even the trunk's good on this car from the bottom. Yeah, that all looks real good. That's different than on a Valiant right there. That part you see there, that's different. The frame rails look good. Everything's there. The tank was out of it already, but everything's complete. It's got the fuel line, fuel sending wire. That's a 7 1/4 rear end. Nothing special about that. It has 5 leaf springs on, I believe. I think they're 5 in the middle down there, but they're gonna have to be replaced because you see how they've lost their arch. So this valance panel back here is destroyed. It can probably be worked out, but best thing to do is probably get another one. I'll probably fix it, but I don't know what kind. It's just, that's all right, I guess. But this is the same as a Dart sedan, though. I think there's nothing different about that. In fact, this is a 70 Dart bumper on here, because the 71 Dart up had the 2 single lights in the bumper. So, and it's rust free down the right side, even with the damage on it. Let's see if I can get this open here. Hang on, I'll pause you. Okay, got the trunk open, and there's pieces of the jack in here. Got the board. Got the wasp. Got the spare in there. That is a classic tire. This is a, let me turn you around here. Hang on, don't give up on me. This is the tough one, 2+2. And I wouldn't be shocked if that's the original spare tire in this car. But anyway, you've heard my lectures on rust in these trunks, and I see a little bit of surface rust there, but what I'm seeing is that the seams look good on this one. That's the original color there. See, that's a nice iridescent blue. It's a little bit lighter than B5 blue. Oh yeah, this looks nice. There's the tank strap bolts. You can't even see that, can you? Where am I? Okay. And these are special nuts that are on the end of these. You see how they got these little dot looking deals on them. One side, these are kind of lock nuts, I guess. They don't like to come off very easily. There's the other part of the jack, tire hold down. Oh, that's real nice. This is looking nice in here. Yep. Very nice. The floor on these is different than a sedan. I noticed that. It's got this brace here. Spring and all that for that. Yeah. Sure took a hit right there, but Boy, the wheel houses look good on it too. Oh yeah, look at that. Look how nice that looks under there. Oh boy. Here we go, another filler tube. It's rotted away. So why in the world would they take the gas tank? I guess they just knew it was rusted out. That's one of those halfway attempts. Halfway attempts to do something, and it, you know, take it out. Don't bother putting another one back in it, but just take it out. We've done something good. So, trunk's got the normal rust on it. It's rusting around the lip right there, just like the one on that Plymouth is, that other Plymouth, that bronze one. I have to try to save this trunk though. I don't have another one. I got another sedan trunk lid. Now, this one is a 71 and it's got that standpipe over there. If y'all don't know what that's about, that's the 70 California and the 71 Federal. They called that the four corner tank ventilation system. And what it is, this thing had a special gas tank in it that had vents on every corner of it, all four corners, instead of just one vent going up on the front of it. Or, you know, like that one has an external vent and the round one has an external, but these had four vents and they had four tubes that run over. They're still there under the car, that run over to this thing, and they terminate in here somehow, and it's like a standpipe. So if gas pukes up those tubes in there, it just runs into that thing and just drains back. You know, it doesn't spill into the trunk or anything. It's a complicated system, and they got away from that after 71. That was an effort to not use a charcoal canister. It's got a vent line that runs all the way up forward up there into the engine compartment. I'll show you in a second. And it vents to the crankcase breather on the valve cover. So let's look under the engine compartment. So just looking at it, I've looked at it about as much with you guys as I had before. I had to wait on that lady. She was somewhere. So she just gave me a run of the place. I walked around a bunch, but I knew it was a good solid car just by looking at it in there. There's no problems with the frame or the frame rails or anything like that. It's just weathered. Same deal with the gold one and the blue one over there. So it's got a heater control valve there, which absolutely will not work. I'm sure you can't rebuild those either. I don't believe. You could pay several $100s for an NOS one, but that's a piece of a distributor cap. I guess they broke that getting the engine out. And look at this. You guys ever wonder about Chrysler's original paint quality? Look at that big run right there. You know, Howard's Old Car Alley's showing on his Ford where they did that. There's another one right there. You know, hell, I didn't care. Look all through there. Look how bad that looks. Now this car could have been painted again, but I don't think it's been painted under here. That looks original. Anyway, all this is the same as every other one of these like this I bought. It's all weathered under here. The hoses are all rotted. Everything's, you know. I don't know how badly they damaged this harness. I see there's some of the ends still on it, but some of it's broken. So I'm probably gonna have to get another wired harness for the alternator side of it. I could have kept the one off the green one, but the green one was no good. So had the fender tag. It had the broadcast sheet complete, just where I was expecting to find it, which was behind the rear seat cushion. So I've already got that out. This was a sales bank car, which means that Chrysler built this. Nobody ordered it. The dealer didn't order it. Nobody ordered it. They just built it, and then it sat in a lot probably for a little bit, and then the regional sales manager somewhere forced it out to a dealer, because I've seen another one built just like this one. Anyway, it's all real familiar to me. Everything's just where it always is on all these. It's got the condenser still here, so that's good. And the good news is in that garage in there, I have a 71 slant 6, which is complete. I have a 70 or 71 A904 transmission to put it all back together again mechanically. I have the drive shaft of this. This is on a 111-inch wheelbase. The Valiant is on a 108-inch wheelbase, same as a Duster. That Valiant is in there. You've seen plenty of that car. But this car, this Scamp, and this Dart are built on the longer wheelbase. So you can't change drive shafts between the 111-inch car and 108-inch. So that drive shaft has to stay with that car, and this one has to stay with this one. So now you know. So we've got all that to put together. All the glass is good on it. It's got good windshield. Looks good. It's not fogged up like the other one. Got these old ragged black windshield wipers. So the interior is just what you would expect from a car that's been sitting for a long time. They've given it the duct tape reupholstery job, front and rear. There, and there, and there, and there. And I imagine they probably got the headliner somewhere too with it, but the headliners, yep, they had it back there too. That's, you know what, that's where you can tell a cheap bastard. So look at that, they've even wired, what is this? What have they done here? Why are the headliner bows got wire running between them? This is plastic and it's kind of warped, and it's got a big crack in this one. And I was looking at these, and this one, I noticed this sun visor doesn't look as nice as that one does. And then I was looking down here and I saw one laying on the floor. And it got snapped off apparently. How in the hell did they do that? That's the remnants of the carpet, original carpet. These always had carpet. There were no Scamps with vinyl floors in them. So, just looking here, I don't see anything critical. That's good. Hopefully this is going to be a clean out and spruce up a little bit and go on with. I don't want to do any more floor pads. It's a little wet looking over there. Now, that may be a slight issue there, but we'll find out. See, the vent door's got the handle snapped off of it. Somebody was rough on this thing, weren't they? So this is original. This is the original fan shroud. It has a crack in the very bottom of it, you can see there. But it's all right. We can fix that. Radio's here. That's there. Heating air's there. It's got a different key to it. I don't know. That's about. The trunk lock's missing, and I don't have the door key. Now that would be a real downer, but I have a full set of locks. Ignition, doors, trunk, everything from that green car just ready to go in. The dash is nice on it. The chrome's faded off of it. That's pretty typical. The dash pad's junk. It has a good Chrysler smell in here. It doesn't smell wet. The door panels are nice on it. Somebody, I'll tell you what, these people weren't the brightest. I hate to say stuff like this about people, but it's true. They weren't the brightest bulbs because somebody got rid of the rare two outlet. If you ever see one of those black crank breathers that are original, and one of them has got two or three, instead of just having one big one, it's got like a small one, or it's got two small ones. Those are very, very rare. The two outlet is for a slant 6. I have one for that. And so somebody just got rid of it, threw it away. I don't know why people can't understand that these things can be cleaned. They just don't understand it. Oh, here's the, okay, there's the door key. Well, good. Ilko. Good. I don't have to do anything then. I don't know if this is any good. Somebody, thank goodness they didn't butcher the lock thing up at the trunk back there. Here's the air cleaner. No lid though. It's a pretty color scheme in here. I love blue. This is the base upholstery, by the way. Glove box lid is, insert is still there. Well, so what's this? I got some lights, and we got another ignition cylinder. As a matter of fact, I'm maybe a little bit wrong about that. Yeah, that car's, you see it's got the switch, so it's got the light package. It's got a map light somewhere. This is only for the trunk. The round one's only for the trunk on these. So this is, we may have not a match set because, let's find out. The polygon key goes to the door and the ignition cylinder. It works. It's the original. How about that? Well, okay then. We may be able to save all that because you can get the original key blanks. I think I've got some. As a matter of fact, still got the air conditioner vent in there. Yeah. I wonder how many joints they lit off of that thing. All right, so anyway, I guess this is about it for the walk around of this thing. And so I was looking around for another car to invest in and something to use some of my parts on. So this is going to work out good for that. I'm not going to do anything with this right now because I got one ahead of it. So that's going to take a while to do that one. So we're just going to cover this car up. And if good Lord wills it, if we're still here in the fall, I think I'm going to get this thing. I'm going to have to probably go ahead and just redo the engine compartment and get the engine put back in it and all that and get it running so I can move it around. So I'm going to have to level up a little bit on the painting. I can't do any more spray bombing, so I'm going to be getting a compressor and all that to do much better work with. But anyway, it's a good old solid car, and it's going to be get fixed up. I think it's going to be worth some value in money and in fun and enjoyment. She had this thing for sale. Like I said, it's a pretty fair price for it, but she had it listed as a Valiant, which it is a Valiant Scamp. It says Valiant right there, but that's all she saw. She didn't know it was a Scamp. If she had listed this as a Scamp, I think this thing would have been gone already. So you just got to keep your eyes out, and when you have a good gut instinct about something, you need to go with it. So lastly, I don't know what I'm going to do about this car out here. I guess I'm going to have to put it together and get it running somehow, which I want to do. I've had it listed for sale a couple different times, and you know, I always get the same people. Though the same, if it were right there, I'd do it. You know, I'll let you know, etc., etc. People just don't know what to do with a car like this. You know, they want to love it, but they don't. So anyway, that's fine. You know, the bad part about this is that this car has got some decent parts on it, and if you were to go around and buy any of these parts, like a working transmission or some of the glass or things like that, or a floor pan that's good like the one on this car, or rear end, or the lights or stuff like that, because those fit any of them, even a convertible. You know, a core engine, the radiator for it, stuff like that, accessories, original alternator, original starter. You go buy that stuff, you'd be out easily. You'd probably have $1,000 and all that easily at the going rate for stuff like this for these cars. But if you ever want to sell one of them like this, it's got all of it. You know, oh no, can't give you that for it. We'll give you $200 for it. And see, I just refuse to even answer stuff like that. I don't even entertain that crap. I'm not doing that ever. So, you know, it's I guess trying to sell stuff like this is a battle of wills between, do you call a scrapper and just dump it, or do you hang on to it for a rainy day? And I guess we'll just hang on to it. You know, I'm not, it's nice to be in a position that you don't have to sell anything, but that just annoys me. You know, people, they're cheapskates. You know, I mean, I've listed this thing for $500, and I even put in the ad, I said, you know, you can just take it and part it out, whatever you want to do with it. I'm not doing it, but, you know, you can make money off this, and they know that. People know that. But, you know, and plus it's a bad time to try to sell anything anyway, so I think we're just going to put it back under the cover and just let it rest some more. So if you're wondering what I'm doing with this car. That's not much. Just moving it around. It's moved more miles with a tow rope on the front of it in the last 30 years than any time else, I guess. It's a solid car. It's not that bad. It's an easy fixer, really. But I've also been asked a few times about whatever happened to this seized up engine, and there's nothing's happened to it. It's still there, and it's still very seized. So, you know, it's kind of one of those cases that if I ever get time to mess with it, I'll pull it out and see if I can get it unstuck and apart and all that. But you know how it is when you have something like this that you kind of want to fool with, but not as much as everything else, and you never get to it. So we'll see. That's all I can tell you. So we'll see. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching, and I'm glad to have saved another Mopar. It's just kind of what I do these days. You know, on some folks' channels, it's become obvious what they want to get into the most. You know, Jonathan W. He's found his calling as being a rat rod builder, which is very enjoyable. And I guess I've found my calling as being an A-body. What was the guy's whisperer? Maybe, I don't know. So anyway. We haven't forgot about this one. That's why we're going to put this one back under the cover and that one, because we're getting to about the end of the project. I was going to get the bumper back on, the lights in, and get the windows put in, call the glass company, have them do that, and then that thing is hopefully be fired up and running and driving again. So appreciate you hanging out with me, guys, and we'll be doing some more Moparing hopefully very soon. Have a good one.